Hey, my name is Badass Benny and welcome to my channel. If you're an AMAC, ACE, and sex human trafficking survivor, you're in the right place. And it won't cost you a penny to like and subscribe and to share worldwide. And please leave a comment down below on the video. And today we're going to storytell. This title is called Aunt Wilma. And my Aunt Wilma is my mother's aunt. It's my mom's dad's sister. And my Aunt Wilma has passed away a long time ago. And gosh, and her and Uncle Bob. Now, if you know about Marilyn Monroe, that was like my Aunt Wilma. She was had that voice, was very, she looked like a sex symbol, and she really took care of herself, like her skin. She'd get up in the morning, do her exercises, and tell me I need to do my exercises in the morning. Excuse me. I would go and visit them from my hometown in California to the state of Washington. I would take the Amtrak the Amtrak train. I love trains. And so I would take it up there during the summer. I was probably, between 8 and 10. And I would see my great aunt and my Uncle Bob in the Olympic Forest. They had a cabin up in there. And it was beautiful, beautiful. And she took me and my grandpa, Wally, and Wilma. That was Wally was my grandpa, my mom's side, her father. And Aunt Wilma was just a hoot. She'd buy these like big dog pills, like vitamins, they were just huge, from Canada. She'd buy her liquor from Canada. I'd go and visit, and she had the cupboards filled with hard liquor, her and Uncle Bob. And my grandpa Wally and his wife Helen would visit, and we would have dinners. And my favorite food at the time was mashed potatoes. They always made mashed potatoes for me. I miss those times. It was just simple, and there was times when my Aunt Wilma, she could be kind. And there was times she would attack your intellect. Like, she'll say, "You never read Tom Sawyer? Like, what's wrong with you?" Or, so then I went and read it, We went to the World's Fair. I was 16, went to the World's Fair. And that was in Canada and British Columbia and Victoria Island. I went there, and I saw pink flamingos. I saw these Victorian, very old castle-looking buildings. And Victoria Island is beautiful. It's clean, and you can take a ferry to the island from Port Townsend, Washington. And I've been up in that area, and I had the best hot dog. The best hot dog was in the Kamloops in British Columbia. And they made it all by hand. It was just so yummy, the hot dog. If you get a really good dog, it was fresh, and they made it in front of you, and it was just the best hot dog. And going to the World's Fair, I met people from all over the world. I had like a booklet, and was stamped of all the different countries. And at that time, it was like in the 80s, and I think China was having like a fast train at that time, and I enjoyed being with older folks, my grandparents and my great aunt and uncle, and they had a couple that were friends that went with us. So I got to experience that as a teenager, and I think that's healthy and good. And I'm glad I went to go see my grandparents during the summer during that time. And one time my grandpa made sauerkraut. I'm like, oh, what is that smell? Grandpa, I'm making sauerkraut. What? It stunk so bad, stunk up the whole neighborhood. And he would just, make things, bake. I learned a lot of baking, cookies and bread from my grandpa. He was Welsh. And we'll talk about him later. But, my great Aunt Wilma, she was a hoot. She would, up in the Olympic Forest, she had, this big car, like an old classic car, town car. I don't even know, but it was a fast car. And she would zoom, through those mountains, and all of us were in the back seats going like this. And my cousins Patrick and Jason and I, and it's just like, you gotta gun the carburetors, you gotta clean them out, you gotta go fast, And we were, and then she'd slow down, and she put on her makeup, and she had these, the I don't know what you call it, but she's very feminine, very girly girl. She did say that she had a child that she had to give up for adoption. She told that story to me. It was a girl. I told this to my mother. She was so surprised. But anyway, I thought I would give her some good news. And, I guess Aunt Wilma had relations when Uncle Bob was in the war, World War II. And Uncle Bob always smoked cigars, and he was short and hairy and had hair kind of like mine. And he wore glasses, and he was just he didn't yell or anything, or he was just funny and had a good nature about him. And when I would visit them, my great aunt and uncle and my grandparents, we would play board games. So I learned pinochle. And they would have this, you could put your cards in and it would shift it and shuffle them for you. Those were kind of fun. I miss my grandfather. I miss my great aunt. She could be very critical and she could put you down in some weird ways, you're just kind of like, ugh. And, other than that, I got to take the boat out onto the lake by myself and swam Olympic Forest. Yeah, those are some good memories. And they're all gone. I'm the older now. So, what are you going to do to take care of yourself today?